up here and try to squeeze in.
Dr. Dashan Patayachi is headed to work, but his thoughts and eyes are focused on the danger that lurks on the road.
Traffic nuts, because they probably will have guns.
Patayachi avoids stopping at red lights. He's constantly scanning for carjackers. Thieves killed 3 family friends recently, and that has this doctor thinking about leaving South Africa.
It was just a very violent crime. And we've made the decision that we don't want to live under those circumstances. Not knowing when you could probably come home and find your entire family wiped out. So, that's why we've made the decision to leave.
Post-apartheid South Africa is a country of contrast. Crime is rampant, the poverty oppressive. The well-equipped, modern hospital Patayachi works in is out of reach for the average South African, who are often too sick to be helped.
So when they eventually come to hospital, it's always the pathology is very far gone. And we see massive pathology.
Half a world away, the courtship process begins. Wow. Efforts to lure Patayachi to Three Hills and Trochu include the sights and sounds of Alberta, and a sales pitch from a former South African who now practices here.
I wish we had more beds, I would say, and I certainly wish we had more doctors.
Doctors here are in short supply. Do you feel like you were being courted by the town, like they were doing?
Oh, yes.
They were pulling out all the stops.
I think they went out of their way to make me feel welcome. There's a lot of respect that they show towards me.
Yes, I think it's a pity that we're losing our doctors to first world countries like Canada.
Doctors are in even shorter supply in rural South Africa. Small towns have a hard time attracting and keeping physicians. And an HIV epidemic has swept the country with 5.7 million cases.
Patients are suffering, and there's actually a human tragedy playing it off amongst our poorer members of our community.
Because we've moved to Canada, I would love to plead with them and say, come back home.
Incredible. Back at the Life Four Ways Hospital in Johannesburg, Patayachi contemplates his next step.
Well, I'm 99% ready to go.
More than 2,100 South African-trained physicians now practice medicine in Canada.
I think the most striking thing that's hit me so far is that coming into this job is that you're going to develop as part of the community. It's going to be a job that stretches far into the community. And that's an experience that I never had before.
And while he welcomes the chance to practice community medicine, the decision to leave his home is a difficult one.
I think the biggest issue, as I mentioned before to you, was the crime rate. And I think that was the motivation for us to leave. We just don't feel safe. We're living in fear.
Yeah, no, I'm just watching. There's a guy walked up there, then there's 2 guys at this corner that's delivering.
That fear will likely see the Patayachis move to Alberta in the new year. Michelle Lang, Johannesburg.